Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Scorpio September 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as September goes, the sun will be in Virgo from the 1st until the 23rd. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on friends, acquaintances, goals, aspirations, one's future, groups, clubs, organizations, even stepchildren in some cases, if applicable, social media, social networking. And given that this is Virgo energy, this could be done in a very perfunctory manner, very systematic, organized, methodical way, and could also be really a very strong, in some cases there could be a very strong focus on perhaps a Virgo friend or an acquaintance, or it could be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. And it could really be shining the light, so to speak, on some cases where it could be a stepchild or friend or an acquaintance, somebody in a group, club, or organization that might be overly judgmental or critical and maybe analyzing things to the point where they can't analyze them anymore. So, and also, again, there could be, the focus could be on some kind of a Virgo goal or aspiration. It could be something connected with analytics, statistics, anything which requires extrapolation of data, being punctilious with details such as data entry or computer programming, something with diet, health, or hygiene. Anyway, next thing up, as far as September goes, the sun will be in Libra from the 23rd until the 30th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, this could be a very strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on hidden matters, solitude, seclusion, hidden adversaries, secret sorrows, an aunt or an uncle even. Could also be on restrictions, limitations, and self-undoing as well, and just private matters in general, and behind-the-scenes activities, not in some cases even clandestine affairs. Now, given this is Libra energy, this may be done with a lot of balance and really a lot of fairness, and perhaps with that sense of justice as well, especially if you're trying to weed out hidden adversaries at this time. You might be very judicious in trying to be, and if you're trying to evaluate this, you might be doing so really trying to be very fair about this. Now, in some cases, this could be an eye issue in some cases, because the sun in astrology rules the left or the right eye depending on gender, and it could be just some imbalance like with one of the eyes, given that this is Libra energy. Could also shine the light, so to speak, in some cases on a Libra hidden adversary. It could be a Libra sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra characteristics. It could also be a time too where, again, this could be about where this could be really shining the light. I mean, this could also be a shining light, so to speak, on a Libra limitation. It could be something connected with relationships or not, where you're maybe becoming aware more of maybe you're not ingratiating yourself with others as much as you need to. And anyway, I mean, those are some ways that this may manifest at this time. Now, next thing up, there will be a full moon in Pisces on September 13th. So the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, one way this may manifest is that this could be about the completion or culmination, in some cases, of a Pisces love romantic situation, or even an ending with a child relationship. In some isolated cases, it could be with a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Pisces traits. Could also be a time where you may end a Pisces hobby at this time, or complete or culminate some Pisces thing of enjoyment or amusement or a hobby. It could be something connected with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, anything with water. It could be something with swimming or rafting, or doing something where you're a fisherman as a hobby. Anything that could be Pisces related, and could also be a time too where this could be a revelation or unveiling in some cases of a deceptive, duplicitous, indolent, lethargic, lackadaisical, very ambivalent, nebulous child, someone you're in a romantic relationship with. It could be somebody you share some kind of fun, something connected with fun or amusement or enjoyment with. And it could also be a time too, in some cases, and full moons can be about unveilings and revelations and completion of things, but it could also be a time where one becomes tired, exasperated, or full of something. It could be some kind of investment, which you finding out that there was more to it than meets the eye, and there was some deception in connection with them. It was something maybe fraudulent in association with it, or even somebody that could be a lover, a child, or somebody involved in an investment you're in. It could be somebody that really that you found is really very duplicitous, deceptive, a person that really maybe is a little bit more cryptic or nebulous and unclear than you may have really thought of originally. Next thing up, there will be a new moon in Libra on September 28th, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, in some cases, this could be even the beginning of maybe a new Libra hidden adversary at this time. It could be a Libra sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra traits. Could also be a time where you may want to start to begin to have some kind of balance or relationships, or really as far in your private life at this time. Some cases too could also be the start of doing something Libra related in solitude and seclusion. It could be something where maybe you're doing something that is connected with balance, such as tennis, or even or maybe even gymnastics, something that is where you're trying to do something which is associated with Libra. It could be something artistic as well, such as drawing, painting, or sculpting, and even some private relationship at this time. And you may be also at this time, another way that this may manifest, this could be a time where you feel you're giving, want to start to be fair in terms of doing things for those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, or the homeless at this time. And it could also be rekindling a relationship, perhaps with an aunt or an uncle, and maybe somebody you might have had a clandestine affair with at some point, or anyone that could be 12th house related, such as somebody connected with the metaphysical, which includes astrology or even spirituality. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Virgo as far as September goes, from the 1st until the 14th, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, well, one way this may manifest, this could be about having very analytical, detail-oriented discussions with friends, with acquaintances. Could also be talking about some kind of Virgo aspiration or goal, such as something with diet, health, hygiene, something that requires something connected with something detail-oriented, such as data entry, computer programming, anything that could be Virgo related, or maybe even talking about joining some fitness place as some kind of goal or aspiration. As I've stated in previous videos, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Virgo traits that might figure prominently in your future, your goals, your aspirations, groups, clubs, organizations, even in activities with stepchildren, if applicable. And at the same time as well, this could also be about really judgmental, critical conversations with 11th house people, and even at times becoming really impatient with those that might not be thinking as quickly as you, that may be friends, maybe acquaintances, could be stepchildren, even could even be people at some group, club, or organization, you know, or people that are you're involved with in social networking or social media at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Mercury will be in Libra as far as September goes, from the 14th until the 30th. So the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, now in some isolated cases, this could be about Libra siblings. They could be Libra Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or ones that embody Libra traits that might be figuring prominently. Maybe they're driving you figuratively crazy, or it could even be figure strongly in your dealings with limitations, restrictions, secret sorrows at this time, and really in a lot of this, how they affect you can also really be strongly predicated and dependent on aspects that makes the points in your chart. If it makes, say, sextile or trine to your natal Jupiter, they might actually be very auspicious in these matters, but at the same time, let's say that it makes an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might actually maybe be to your detriment and actually cause some sorrow and despondency in those areas. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Well, and also, too, it could be about having really balanced conversations, ones that are very, you find, where you're weighing the pros and cons, or you're bouncing ideas off people, that 12th house people, such as people prominent in your private life. It could be also an aunt or an uncle in some cases, or just 12th house, somebody that might be in a 12th house profession, such as the metaphysical, which includes astrology, spirituality, photography, and also, too, it could be a time, too, where you might be somewhat feeling like somewhat ambivalent and indecisive, and mentally weighing these pros and cons regarding what you're going to do about some kind of limitation or restriction at this time, or dealing with secret sorrows. And it could also be a time where you're talking about really about relationship, some kind of relationship restriction at this time, or something where you feel where the justice may not have been served, and you might be having private conversations with others regarding this at this time. And anyway, and also you might be a little bit less loquacious and talkative than usual, given that we're talking about Mercury and the 12th house of restrictions and limitations at this time. Last but not least, Venus will be in Virgo as far as September goes, from the 1st until the 14th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, Scorpio, if you are unattached, you may connect with a Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It might be somebody you might meet at a group, club, or organization, or somebody that may have been a friend or an acquaintance and escalates into something stronger. It could also be a time where you value punctuality, reliability, dependability, being organization, with friends, with acquaintances, and even hygiene, health, and diet with those people as well. It could be friends, acquaintances, people you know in some kind of group, or it could be even a stepchild in some cases. Now also, too, this could be a time where this could also manifest in some cases in very frugal, even parsimonious, so to speak, spending, where you appear downright parsimonious in 11th house related matters. And it could be at this time maybe in matters connected with some kind of group or club or organization, spending on a stepchild, a friend, or an acquaintance. And it could also be at this time as well where you might, where money may be coming in from some kind of business that you may be involved in, but it could really be somewhat of a smaller amount than what you may anticipate, because Virgo, of course, is very frugal energy. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Scorpio September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Scorpio September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.